Hi, you know, and I'll just go over this again in case you missed it. I think it was just you, Walter. Let's go over this. So it says hourly rate payments. If you are paid by the hour, you receive a base rate for a normal working week. Usually a normal working week can be anywhere from about, pen please miss, 38 to about 40 hours, okay? Just so you know, most people work 38 to 40 hours a week. And if you go 40, we talked about this, didn't we? If you go 40 divided by 5, you get 5/8 of 40. Most people work 8 hours a day. And if you think about it, that's 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So that's where the 8 hours a day came in. That's from, people in the olden days basically getting shafted and made to work all different things. So they brought in laws so that everyone had to work 8 hours a day. Now, obviously, you and I know not all people work 8 hours a day from 9 to 5, do they? Some people, like nurses or anybody else, some people have to work at night or they have to do shift work. Now, to say thank you to them for giving up, obviously, their family time or even their weekends, they brought in what's called overtime. So you can make more money by working in those times when everybody else, that's not between 9 to 5. So it was kind of like an incentive to get people to work at times when they kind of couldn't get other people to do it, okay? So when you're finding out normal time, that's normally when you're working 9 to 5. And we just do whatever the normal rate is, it's times by 1 pretty much. Now, if you work, say, after 5 o'clock, a lot of times if people work after 5 o'clock, say if you're a Thursday night shopper, if you're one of those workers, you get 1.5 times your normal rate. So if you get $20 an hour, you'll get your $20 plus another half of that $20. So 20 plus a half of 20 is 10. 20 plus 10 is $30. So you actually, if you work Thursday nights, instead of getting in all $20 an hour, you get $30 an hour. $30 an hour. Now, sometimes on Sundays, because you know and I know Maya and all those big places, they're open on Sundays, you would get double time for working on Sundays. So if you work during the week and you got $20 an hour, on Sundays you get double that for 1 hour's work. So on a Sunday, you get $40 for 1 hour's work. Okay? And some places get even double time and a half. That would be 2.5. I'm not sure about that one, but, that could happen too. Now, leave loading, that basically is a bonus you get when you go on holidays. Everybody gets 4 weeks, what's called annual leave. Okay? Everybody gets it. Even me as a teacher, I get it. But of course, I get a couple more holidays, but we won't tell anyone about that. Okay? But I only get this bonus, leave loading, on my 4 weeks over Christmas. Okay? So just so you know, I don't get it every holidays. Only over Christmas. So the leave loading for everybody, because this is a law, is 17.5%. If you don't like fractions, you can also do it like that. So what that means, and when you start going to the workforce and you get a full-time job, you get 4 weeks annual leave every year. So unfortunately, when you leave school, you don't get your 12 weeks off like you do now. You only get 4. So you might know this from your mums and dads. But when you take those 4 weeks or any part of those 4 weeks, you get a little bit of a bonus. You get paid extra to help you pretty much pay for your holiday. And that extra is 17.5% of your normal pay. And I've done some questions whereby we've done and used that. So have a look at some of those videos when you're ready. But right now down here with Pauline, I did this one on the board with you. Those pictures are on your Google Classroom, but I'll go over this one again. I don't want that. Here we go. Here's Pauline. So what we did was I made this into a table. So what I like to do, this is an overtime question. And when we do overtime, we've got to work out a number of different things. We've got to work out normal time. We've got to work out time and a half. And if you did exercise 2E with me, you'll notice I did it in this table. And we've got to work out double time. And then I like to have one more column for the answer. Okay, so usually I have 4 columns. Now remember, if we get paid for time and a half, we multiply by 1.5, so I'll put that there. If we get, that doesn't look like a D, does it? Double time, we get multiplied by 2. Now I like to use this formula. Let me see if I can remember. Hours times the wage rate, or the dollars you get per hour, multiplied by the overtime. Right, let's see what we can do. So the question says, Pauline is paid $15.30 per hour, so that's going to be our dollar amount at the local shopping centre. She normally works 38 hours per week, and she receives time and a half for the next 4 hours and double time after that. What is Pauline's gross income? So what's her income if she works 50 hours a week? All right, let's work this out. So this one here tells me she works 38 hours per week. That's her normal time, because most people work 9 to 5, roughly 38. So I'm going to put that here. So what was it's hours times time. So I'm going to do that. So 38 hours multiplied by her wage rate, $15.30. Sorry, I'm making it bigger because it's just neater. Okay, I'm going to do that on my calculator. 38 times 15.30 gives me, did this also on the board if you're in class on Monday, $581.40. Beautiful. Time and a half. Now if I go back to the question, what happened then? If I go back to the question, it says she receives time and a half for the next 4 hours. So for 4 hours only she gets time and a half. And if you think about it, on a Thursday, okay, Thursday night shopping, so if it's, if normal time finishes at 5 p.m, because it's 9 to 5 working hours, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m, that's usually when shops close, that's probably where the 4 hours comes from, okay? So I have to do only 4 hours here. I use the same wage rate as over here, $15.30, so that never changes. And I multiply now by the time and a half amount of 1.5. Type that into your calculator and we get 91.80. So she gets $91.80 just for working those extra 4 hours on a Thursday night for Thursday night shopping. Okay, next one, double time. All right, so far she's worked 38 hours and 4 hours. What's 38 plus 4? 38 plus 4 is 42, I think. But she works a total of 50 hours. So how many more hours over 42 does she have to work to get to 50? Hopefully you said 8. So 8 hours. Now use the same wage rate, $15.30. But this time she gets double time. So maybe she worked 8 hours on a Sunday and that's where that comes from. Okay, so doing that on our calculator, 8 times 15.30 times 2 gives me, look at that, $244.80. That's pretty good. That'll make you work a Sunday, hey? So there we go. You've got to work all those out separately. And what do you think you need to do to all of these? When you're finished, add them together. All right, so if I add all those 3 together, put them in my calculator, I get $918 altogether. Let me just double check that because everybody told me the wrong answer and I want to check it. 581.4 plus 91.8 plus 244.8 gives me, yes, 918. There you go, you 9. Here's the